What is going on, guys? Dylan here with Solo Cuts Landscaping. Today we are going to be talking about helper etiquette, so stay tuned. Alright, so what is going on, guys? Like I said, my name is Dylan with Solo Cuts Landscaping. Today we are here at a property that we are striping up right now. I have the guy that's helping me. He is on the mower. So one thing I want to talk about is helper etiquette. So as you guys know, I predominantly run solo, but when I do have help, this year I have had help quite a bit from my buddy Alex. So he has been helping me, so there are some things that I ask of him, just that way it makes my job easier, keeps him moving along, and there's no confusion on what I expect from him. So if you mainly run solo, you're looking into getting some help, or if you already have help, or there's some things that you wish you always did, I want to clarify some things that I think help out the guy on the lawnmower, so that way it keeps the ball rolling. So most of the time, Alex is running the string trimmer and blower. So that means he's on his feet, I'm on the mower. As he's weeding through the property, if he sees trash, sticks, anything like that, I ask him if he could pick those up, just so that way I don't have to get off the mower, pick it up, get back on the mower, and get going. If he picks it up as he's going around, a lot of times there's gonna be a trash can at the corner, or the trash can up by the house. He can stuff it in his pockets and wait till the end of the property. That way he can just throw it in his pockets and get back to weed eating and doing his thing. By doing that, I don't have to get up and off the mower a handful of times throughout a property just to pick up debris. Also, when he is weed eating, I ask him to do like a 2-foot circle around whatever it is. Whether it's a tree, a telephone pole, a garden bed, whatever it is. Just do like a 1.5 to 2-foot circle around that. That way, I do not have to go in circles with the mower. I can just veer off to the side and get right back on my line and keep the mower rolling. The less circles you do, the less overlapping you're gonna be doing. Over time, it will add up. Another part about when he's weed eating is there's some of those corners that you just can't get into with the mower without having to go back and forth a little bit just to get into the corner. So take, for instance, something like this. I ask him when he's coming around to weed eat, he kind of fans out his weed eater a little bit here. So that way, as I'm coming around the corner, I can make a smooth transition bend right around and go on with my cuts. So once again, that's another thing to where it just helps with the flow of the mowing. You don't have to worry about getting in nooks and crannies. Your weed eater guy will be covering those tight corners. So that way you can just bend the mower right on around a turn, in a corner, whatever it may be, and you know that he will have it covered. After he is done weed eating, if I still have a good amount of the property left, I'll ask him just to go around the property. You know, if there's weeds in the flower beds, I'll just ask him, hey, just go up, pick some weeds out of the flower beds, trying to tidy the place up. It's not something I charge the customer for, but it'll look good on my end if I have a helper out there, and instead of him standing around, you know, because you're paying him hourly, so instead of him just standing around waiting until you to be done to blow off the property, he can go around, pull some weeds out, clean up the property. It looks good on your end because it shows that you're taking some initiative and doing some things that you're not really getting paid for, but your goal is to service the customer as best as you possibly can. So if you can just go through, pick some weeds out of flower beds, help clean the place up, it's gonna really look good on your end from the customer's eyes. So when it comes to blowing off the property, as you can see right here, I will be blowing off the drive and the sidewalks, on the road, blowing everything back into the yard. Another thing is with these, when these lawns are thick, oh geez, take a look at this guy. So these yards are thick. Sometimes we're cutting them when they're wet just because the rain has been so bad this spring. So there could be some clumpage through the grass. I don't like clumps, so another thing I ask of him is, you know, when he's leaf blowing the property, if there's any big clumps or anything, he can hit those with the blower, disperse the clippings, so that way there isn't a bunch of clumps all throughout the yard. So if everything times up right, it should work out to where, as I'm done, as you can see right here, he is loading up the trailer, so I'm kind of slacking because I'm videoing, but as I'm done and I'm loading the mower up on the trailer, he's finishing up, blowing the drive off and everything like that, to where we are both done at the same time, pack up, and roll on to the next property. We'll get the fucking blowing real quick, man. I'm videoing, dog. I ain't saying nothing. Alright guys, so obviously you can tell that this is a different day from what I originally recorded the video, but I realized that I did forget a couple things that I needed to mention on things that I ask of my help. So to continue on, then we'll get back to the original video, is if a customer comes out or a customer's out and about, either talk to them, give them a wave, acknowledge them in some form or fashion. Just so that way they kind of feel like, hey, you see them, you're acknowledging them, and I feel like it just gives them like a good feeling. I feel like it just shows them, you know, that you're just not out there cutting their property. Also, another thing I tell my help is, I don't care what you're doing. We're mowing in neighborhoods. I don't care if a car drives by, someone's walking by, whatever. You just give them a wave. Just give them a kind wave. You wave at everyone. I just feel like that gives your company a good light. You know, there's these guys that are out there that they just won't say hi for anything. They won't wave for anything. So I just feel like, you know, just a common nice gesture. It could go a long ways. You never know. That person down the road could think like, hey, there's that company that that when I was walking, they stopped what they were doing, waved at me, let me walk on by, then they proceeded to work. I feel like that is something a lot of companies may not do, but I try to do that every single time. So that is another thing that I have my help do. All right, and so one more real quick before we get back to the original video is another thing I ask of my helper is, you know, to promote the business, promote what we're doing to the people that are in his network, because you never know, the guy that you're having helping you, he may line you up with you know, a handful of jobs, whatever it may be. The more money you're making, the more money he's making, the busier you are, the busier he is. So it all kind of goes hand in hand. So if your helper can promote the business in any good fashion, make sure it is in good fashion. But if he can help promote the business, why not? You know, so I tell him, get the word out about us, spread the word, because as much as I want to grow, he probably wants to make more money. So anyways, guys, I'm going to get back to the original video. I just want to drop those couple extra tidbits in there. So right now. So having help is a huge bonus. By having help, you can pick up more properties because you can get more properties done in about the same amount of time if you were working solo. So having him along has been a huge help because we have jumped up a good amount on our number of properties. So having him help me and getting some time on the mower, if I have to go out of town, take for instance when it comes to the GIE and we have cuts to do, I know that I can trust him on the mower, the property is going to look great, and I can pay him, make sure that the yard's getting taken care of while I am out of town. So guys, it's just a quick little video on what you can ask of your guys if they're helping you. If you are new to having help, maybe these are some things you can bring up with your guy that's helping you just to make the workflow go a little smoother. So if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I work full-time and run a landscape company, bringing you guys along the way, showing you some insights on my business and behind the scenes stuff in my life. So I hope you find some value in everything I bring to you. If you don't find value in it, hopefully it is a little entertaining. So as always, guys, remember, do what you love what you do, never stop. We'll see you in the next one. Not bad.